Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today what we're going to be dealing with is Autodesk Revit 2026. This works with previous versions as well, and we're going to teach you how to start using Revit. So let's dive right into it. Okay, so we're going to be doing this as quickly as possible, trying to keep this tutorial in under 20 minutes or so. So what we're going to do here is we're going to open up Revit as you would, and you can see here that we have our interface. So this is the main interface. If you come to the left here, we have two options. We have models and we have families. So models obviously show you what a model is. And a family is something just a little bit different than that. It has other types of components and things with it. But for what we're doing and the work we do, we're going to be dealing with models. So if you have a model to open, you can open it. If you don't have to. You can just come here and you can just click New. And it's going to bring up a dialog box. So this dialog box that you have here is going to ask you to select a template. The template you're going to use is going to depend on what you want to do. In almost every case that we're going to be using it for, we're going to be doing architectural because it's easier to teach and it's what we teach. So you can click that, but you can see you also have structural templates, mechanical templates, all these other types of templates here that you can use. If you're using Revit LT, you're most likely only going to have the architectural template. So once that's done, you can click OK. Do not select project template, just click project, click OK. And you're going to see that Revit is going to load our project here. So now we're in our brand new project. So I'm just going to go over the interface a little bit in the next few minutes, just so that you get acquainted with it. So if you come here, up here, you can see we have a ribbon. So it's quite similar to AutoCAD in the way that it's laid out. However, a few things that are different are what we have on the left here, and I'm going to show you how to adjust that in a minute. But our tools are here as well. If you're using Revit LT, you're not going to have all these other structural ones and stuff up here, but you will have the architectural tab. But if you come here, we have all of our different tools. So we have walls, doors, windows, components, columns, roofs, ceilings, floors, all these types of things you need to start drawing are right here. If you click the drop down, you can see we have architectural walls, structural walls, walls by face, all these different types of tools that you can play around with and figure out. And then if you come here and you go to your view and you want to change things and make it look a little different, you can come to the user interface, you can click that, and you can go and select what you want to show up. So if I click off the navigation bar, that's going to disappear. And if I click the navigation bar, it's going to appear again. You know, if I want my properties, I can deselect it. I can select my properties to go back and all these other things, and you can select what you need for your specific situation here. So just go through, make sure you have everything you need, but you can pause the video here and see what I have available right now for what we're going to be going through. So just pause the video, go through what I have, select what I have so that it's easier for you to follow along. All right, so before we get going on our actual drawing, there's a few things we need to discuss here. So first, we're going to talk about the project browser. So if you come down here, we're going to see we have our project browser. And what this does is it shows us our floor plans. It shows us our ceiling plans. It shows us our 3D plans. It shows us our elevations. And this is where everything's kind of grouped up and put in Revit. So, you know, level 0, let's say, would be maybe a ground floor. Level 1 would be, you know, the main floor. And then you've got your site plan as well. So these are all things that are, you know, in Revit to help you kind of compartmentalize where everything's supposed to go. So it kind of keeps everything nice, neat, and tidy. So you can go and you can draw things and you'll know, okay, this is my second floor plan, this is my third floor plan, this is my fourth floor plan. You know, the list goes on and on. And then you're also going to have a 3D model of your structure as well. And it's going to show you your levels here. So if you have multiple levels, it'll be level 0, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, for however many levels you need. So what you want to do is when you're looking through this, all you got to do is double click on it to, you know, cycle through what you want to go to. That's the basic way to do it. And you can see here, if we come up here to our graphics, it's also going to show you a few things. So it's going to say view scale. So this for us is custom right now, but you can set your view scale and everything. That's something that we're going to talk about in a future tutorial. You know, our scale value is 1 to 100 right now. Display model, we can make it normal, halftone, do not display, all these other things like level of detail. Take your time to go through this and kind of try to understand it, because this is all things that you could kind of, you know, use quite often when you're doing an actual drawing in Revit. And it's just nice to kind of, you know, go through it and know what it is. So once you've got that done, you can see here that everything that we've clicked has opened up here. So everything is going to be nice and tidy up here. And this is where our bars, this is the bar where everything will be. So we can see we have level 1. I don't need 2 level 1s, level 0, you know, 3D site and all this. And this is where we can change things and have it all open at the same time. I'm just going to leave level 0 open because that's where we're going to start drawing. Once that's done, what you're going to do is we can go into units. So if you want to set your units, you can literally just type on your keyboard UN and your project units will appear. So just type in UN into your keyboard in Revit and your project units will appear. So what you want to do is you're going to see there's different types here. I have a video on the channel that's specifically for units, but I'm going to quickly run over it again. So in this case, if you go to common, because that's what we're going to be using, you can switch everything to what you need. So I have mine at feet. Everything looks good for me. You can change your speeds and everything as well. I'm going to keep mine in kilometers and everything. Volume, change it to what you want, cubic feet. But go through there, and the important ones you want are area, distance, and length. So make sure that your distance and your length and your area are set to what you want it to be. I have mine in feet. Everything else you can keep, relatively, the same as it was when the program loaded up. And it's going to depend on your location as well as to what the default units are. So set that. Once that's done, click OK, and we're ready to get started. So how do we actually start drawing in Revit? Well, you come up here, you find your floor, and then you're going to see we have different types of floors. We have floor architectural and floor structural. In this case, we're going to do architectural because that's what we do. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come up here and we have this little tab show up. So it's called the Create Floor Boundary. It's like a modification tab. So what you can do here is you can draw what you need. So what you can do is you can draw lines, you can draw rectangles, all these other things here. So if we just grab our line tool, we can draw up, let's say 18.5 feet. We'll go across 16 feet. We'll go up again maybe 10 feet. We'll go across 17 feet. We'll go down to about 28 feet. And we'll go across to 33 feet. So one of the nice things about this is when you're drawing and doing all of this in Revit, it's quite similar to AutoCAD for the drawing and everything. Your snaps and everything will kind of work quite similar to that. And we will go over that a little bit later on. But that's how you draw a basic, floor in Revit. So this can be expanded upon as well. So if you go over here, you're going to see we have different types of floors that we can select. So if we click this drop-down menu, you can see you can select the different types of floors, and it's going to show you what it looks like, what it's made of, everything that's kind of in there that you can work with. We're just going to keep it basic with the basic one, and that's what we've done. So what we've done here is we have drawn our floor. So what's nice about this too is if we click on 3D, you're going to see, well, usually when you click on 3D, it's going to be 3D. In this case, it isn't. I still need to draw a few things. But if you click on 3D and you go there, you're going to see this will be a three-dimensional model of everything that you're drawing in Revit. So your house is going to be drawn, while you're drawing it in in a two-dimensional plane, it will be drawn in a three-dimensional view as well. Okay, so once that has been drawn, I forgot to mention a little earlier is once that's done, you're going to want to click Finish Edit Mode. So click that, and your floor will go to where it is. And that's why we couldn't see the 3D before, because if you click 3D now, it's going to show up and you can see the 3D floor that we have. And this is going to be based on what we drew, so it depends on the floor that we selected. We're going to go back to floor 0, and in this case, we're going to go back, and we're going to press Escape, so we're no longer editing. So that's another thing. If you can see your object is highlighted in this light blue color, and you want to deselect it, you simply press Escape, and it will get you back to where you need it to go. If you go to wall, you can come here, we can see we have our wall, our architectural wall, our structural walls. We're going to do wall architectural. And then all you want to do is just click in that corner that you want, and then you can just draw and trace along your foundation if that's what you want to do. That's what we're going to do in this tutorial. And when you're done, you can then escape, and it's done. So another thing is here is you can see, as with the floor, you can select different types of walls. So you can see we are selecting different types of walls. All these different things are in here, and that's what's nice about Revit is you can do all this. So we're just going to leave it the same. And then what I can do too is I'm still modifying. I can still go in and modify my walls. So I'm just going to go click that again. And you can see if I want to add a wall here and I want to make it come out to here for some reason, you're going to see that it's going to try and connect it, and we have a little bit of an issue there, and we can fix that later. But Revit does a pretty good job of connecting things and making things work. So what you want to do now is once you have your wall, you're going to want to do your doors. So you can see that the process for this is significantly quicker than a program such as AutoCAD because you don't have to create any blocks or anything. Everything's already prefabbed for you. If you come here, we can select the door that we want. We can select the size of door we want. I actually do want a double door, and I'm actually going to do the smaller one. And then I can go and I can put it where I want it to go. I can flip the side that it's working on. So you can see here it's flipping. All you got to do is select the opposite side of the wall to flip it. And another thing you're going to notice too is it's going to give you the measurements to either side of each wall to see if you're centered or not. So this is what's really nice about this program is you don't have to pre-measure anything and space it out as you do with a program such as, let's say, AutoCAD, because it's already going to give you the measurements and you're going to just be able to, put your mouse over where you want it, click it, and then it's done and good to go. So you can see I can do this on both sides here. So you can see here it's not even, now it's even. I just click and it's already there. Then what I want to do is if I want a few windows, I just go back to my architecture. I click my window, I select the window that I want. Let's go with a pretty big window here. And you can see that's centered about there. And then this isn't going to center perfectly on there, but I'm going to put it there anyway because it's close enough. And then I can put one here, and then I can put one here as well. And you can see here all of our distances and everything are good, except this one here. It's a little off, but that's okay. I'm just trying to keep it simple for you guys. So that's how you would draw in Revit for the most part. However, if you look at this, if we click our 3D model again, our 3D model has shown up and it looks like this. So you're probably thinking, like, well, what's going on with the walls? Well, if we click on our walls, we can see that the sizes for our walls aren't exactly what we want them to be. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to see that our unconnected height, we actually want them to be connected, I believe. I'm going to probably do it up to level 1. There we go, up to level 1. So you can set your levels. If you do up to level 1 for your top constraint, it'll stop the wall from going beyond there. And you can see here that our house has kind of taken shape. So if you go on the top right-hand corner, we have this other tool here that's really nice and useful. It's kind of the same thing that we have in AutoCAD. And it allows us to kind of, zoom around the project to take a look at it. And it actually works really well. It tries to keep it centered for you. Again, our interior wall isn't perfect. We have issues with that, but that's okay. But you can see here, we can just kind of zoom around. We can look at our project and, take a look at it from how it would actually look. We can actually look for the top view in all of our isometric views as well. And it looks really good so far. So we go back to our level 0 here. We can continue on, but that's how you would draw a basic floor plan in Revit. So once that's done, we can come here to the Modify tab up here. We can click on this little measurement tool up here, and we can actually go and we can measure the distances all across our drawing. So this is just useful when you want to know distances. If you're in 3D view and you select architecture, press wall again. I can actually start drawing in the 3-dimensional space. It's going to show you my angle between things as well, so that it's quite more intuitive than other programs such as AutoCAD. It makes it a lot easier. So this is 90 degrees to that one angle there. And you can see here, if I come here, I can actually edit these before I start drawing. So I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to click wall, and you're going to see it's going to give me all these values that I can start messing with. So if I go here, I can select the level I want to draw on. So I'm doing 0. I can have my height, my depth. You can tell, I can see if it's connected or unconnected. I can give it, 10, 15. So if I do 15, and then it'll do from the location of the line, wall, center line. That's what I'm going to do, and you can edit all these other things in here. But for this, if you just come here, you can click anywhere on the drawing, and it'll be on that level that you selected. And I can just go and I can draw this, and then I can connect it. And there we go. I press escape and everything's done. So the next thing we can do is we can actually add furniture to our drawing here. So if we go and we click on our components here, we can go and we can add desks, we can add plants, all these other things here. So if I go here and I click on, let's say, a tree, I can select this specific type of tree. It's going to show up in my 2D view like this, but if I go and I put it right there, once I go back to my 3-dimensional view, that tree is going to be right there. I can also go here, and again, I can go and select a desk. So I can go get this desk. Let's say I want to put it, I wouldn't put it there, but let's say I put it right here. And then if I go into the 3D view again, and I just go around until I can see it, you're going to see that we can see that desk in our drawing right now. I probably have to rotate it or whatever. But that's how you would add components to Revit. So that's things such as tables, chairs, other things like that, rugs, whatever else you need, and you can go through and actually see what they've all got as well. Okay, so let's say you have everything furnished, you've created your structure, now you want to add your roof. So what we want to do is we want to click on this show pane up here in architecture. Click that, it's going to show you our construction grid. We're going to come here, click set. You can pick a plane. I've already pre-selected level 1, so all you do is click that and then select the level that you want. You can see here if I select between the two of them, it's going to let me do that, so I need to go and pick levels 1 again. Once you're done that, we're going to create our roof. So I'm actually going to go back to the 2-dimensional space here. I'm going to click on roof. I'm going to do roof by footprint. So it's going to say you have created the roof on the lowest level. Would you like to move it to level 1? I absolutely do. I'm going to click yes, because it's going to automatically do that for you. So what I want to do now is I want to draw my roof. So I'm going to click on my walls here, and you're going to see that there's this pink line, purple line going around. And what that does is it shows us the outline of our roof. Once we're done with that and we make sure everything's set and good to go, you can see here we have our overhangs and everything. So if I want to do, let's say 2, I press enter, and then we want to define slopes. If you don't have defined slopes on, I believe it makes your roof flat. But once you do that, you click finish. And then what you should be able to do is you should be able to come and see your roof here. So you can see here we have our overhangs and everything are quite ugly and everything, but that's how you would add a roof to your structure in Revit. So guys, if you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And also, if you're looking for more in-depth where we actually create roofs and actual structures, then we're going to be coming out with a massive tutorial for Revit very shortly. Hopefully, it helps you guys out. You know, we can't wait to get it out, and it'll be probably in the next 2 or 3 weeks or so. It's going to be a 2 or 3 hour tutorial getting you started on Revit. So keep your eyes open for that. That's where we're going to actually do our roofs and everything. It's hard to get things down in 15 minutes, but hopefully this helps, guys. Take care, and we'll see you in the next one.